What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. EA Sports has just shown some more love to Raven fans out there. You're going to get yourself a Marlon Humphrey at corner. I'm going to go over some of the things that makes him an ideal corner for any team, but more specifically for the Ravens team. Now, he is a limited card, so the number one question I get asked, Gmia, is it worth it for me to spend these coins on this card? Well, during this series, he's a limited, so there's literally no other way for you to be able to get him other than spend the coins or wait until the series where he gets a redux. Alright, so you will have that opportunity to do that eventually, but if you want him right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what makes him really good. So you can see, finally, Denzel Ward's price has dropped to a reasonable amount. The dude was at like 1.1 forever, and then finally he's dropped, right? So this guy right now is going to be at this lower level for now. Once he's out of packs, he's going to go right back up in price. Okay, I told you guys earlier, if you would, you joined me during the GmiasWorld Twitch stream, that I don't think he's worth 1 million coins. I would wait for him to go down to about 700 because while people are pulling him, it's going to get cheaper. I don't know how many Raven themed teams there are. I don't know, maybe you have one that's watching the video and you want to know in-depth detail, which I'm going to go into right now on his card. But if you're not a Ravens theme team player, he's not worth those coins. Or whoever else he played for. I'm not sure if he played for anybody else, but he's not worth it unless he played for your team. Let's just say that. Because like a lot of these players been all over the place. I don't know what's going on with it, but we're going to go with the Ravens logo that's on his card. Pretty much what happens is he's a power-up. So we're going to add +1 to everything. He's primarily a man corner, 6 foot. He's a little, light at 197. Let's take a look at his agility, 85, which is kind of weird because he should have a higher agility based on the fact that he's lighter. So you would think he can move around a little bit better. But let's go ahead and just look at that. 91, 92. 91 speed, 92 excel with the power up, right? He's going to go to a 94 man coverage, 86 zone with the power up. Now, his man coverage is going to make that final tier. If you run man and you are a Ravens theme team, you probably already have Deion Sanders, right? He could be that next corner. Let me explain to you why. See, this dude right here is kind of weird because his zone is also low, and it puts me in that same boat that I'm in right now with Nnamdi, because Nnamdi is trash. But the thing that makes Nnamdi trash is that when people come out in like bunch sets, you sometimes have to play zone. And because his zone coverage is naturally at that 83 tier Nnamdi, when you put him in zone, he doesn't know what's going on. Like, he's just standing around like, yo, what's up? Am I supposed to be here? Like, what is this? He really hurts you in zone coverage. But again, we need the 49er theme team chemistry. Right now, he's a guy we have to use there. I will tell you another alternate method that you could do. You could probably just use Taylor Mays there with that zone, but then you would get hurt. If you don't primarily stay in zone coverage, you're going to get hurt. Which is why, like, I can't do it like the past years. If you guys go back 2 years in Madden 19, right? When I was running 5-2 and engage 8, a lot of you guys like, yo, what do you mean engage 8? Dude, I really lost the game. Like, I really lost. I was literally running engage 8, locking up everybody, including the top players. The reasoning behind that was I had very high zone players, and they made them react in that game. This year it's a little bit different, and they've gone crazy with abilities, so you need an ability to wake up in the morning. So you gotta have like mid-zone KO, you gotta have a lot of stupidness. This guy right here, because his threshold is naturally lower at the 83 Nnamdi, he puts me in a very peculiar situation where I hate him, but I have to utilize what he's doing because I have no other choice at that position. You see what I'm saying? But he actually really does hurt me with that low zone coverage. So Marlon Humphrey's in the same exact boat. With the way that this is right now, there's not a lot that you can do outside of it if you get somebody that comes out and wants to run certain coverages, certain offensive plays where you need zone coverage, because he just won't react, and he'll get beat deep in zone like Nnamdi does by slower players. It's really weird, guys. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really weird. But that's the biggest problem, because even though his zone is going to get, with lockdown, he'll get to the 90. I don't know really if that's going to matter as much, because EA Sports is kind of weird with what they do, and it might be, like I said, I really believe, firmly, that 85, once you get his final power-up number at 86, I believe that that's a threshold that they naturally play at. Some players will vary. Some players you'll see a difference. Sometimes you won't. So if you come out and primarily play man, and then you put this guy in zone, don't be surprised, even if you chem him up with lockdown chemistry, that he gets burnt deep. in that zone deep blue, because it happened. It happened to Nnamdi. Did not happen to Dion, it happened to Nnamdi. So let me show you why it didn't happen to Dion. Dion meets both thresholds right now. He meets both, right? So with the chems, you see like how he's already 92 and 91? He's already right there. So when I chem him up and he's like 96, 97, whatever, with the man coverage and the zone coverage, he naturally will play both types of coverage very well. That's what you're missing with Marlon Humphrey. Okay, that's specifically what the issue is going to be, because I've learned some new things about this game. It's certain things that EA wants you to do that if you don't do it, it's just like you're done. And a lot of it doesn't make sense, but we have to adapt, right? We have to understand, like, bro, you guys are like, yo, I can't believe you're rage selling Taylor Mays. But I had to adapt and understand in man coverage, he gets roasted. So it's not worth it for me to have him there. It's worth it for me to have somebody else with man and, decent man coverage and a little bit of zone, because I primarily play man coverage. All right, so with this right here, does that mean that he'll never get burnt if you have him in man coverage? No, because you're gonna play somebody that hasn't taken a shower in 4 weeks, and he's gonna motion a slant out of bunch, and it's gonna be wide open. That you're gonna have to deal with, because it's still a delay. Even though they said they patched it in the gridiron notes, there's still a delay from when your defender meets up with that offensive player. And then you already know with Texas routes, with the running back, when they have backfield master, it's a nightmare. A lot of weird things go on. So you have to be, cognizant of that and understand these things are actively happening. Will he stop everything in man? He probably won't, but it's just a better case scenario to have, a good mixture of both. If I could have another Dion on the other side, which is why I'm going to use Cromartie now, I just realized it earlier when I was in the stream. It's going to benefit me to have Cromartie actually be in that position instead of having, Nnamdi there. And then I'm going to have to use her Nnamdi, because it doesn't make any sense otherwise, because Nnamdi's always going to be a liability because he doesn't naturally play man and zone the same way, but Cromartie does. Let me just give you an example of that, because I have to sneak Cromartie in because he's not a 49er. But you can look and see he has the 92 and 90. So he's a good corner to have. Even though he has the man-to-man concept, he still at the same time has good zone coverage. So he won't get dominated on the outside like Nnamdi would. All right, so getting back to Marlon Humphrey and your Ravens theme team. This is going to be a decision that you have to understand comes with a consequence. 90 zone with the chem, with lockdown chem, maxed out, highest tier man coverage. He can be an unbelievable corner on your team for a Ravens theme team, but he can also play stupid in zone. Man coverage, we all gonna get burnt on the motion slant. It is what it is. We got to double it. But zone coverage is becoming more of a liability, because the more that they play these trips and they do motions, the more that you're going to have to start to understand the players that are out there, they need to have a formidable amount of zone coverage. If they do not, you will have a lot of issues. Also, he has that threshold of press, which is going to be final tier as well. So that's something that you want to go ahead and take a look at and understand, if that's what you're getting yourself into. He can press, which Dion can't. So there's advantages and there's disadvantages. You also have Ryan Ramczyk, but as far as the Saint theme teams, he's offensive lineman right now. I'm not sure that you guys are really interested in that, because if you put edge protector on a dead cockroach in this game, he'll block. So I'm not really worried about that right now. It will boost whatever team, like I said, that you're on. If you needed a right tackle, he has really good numbers, but the focus is defensively for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this. When we take a look at Deion Sanders and his numbers and the boost that he gets off of lockdown, it gives you an idea. You see the +4s? That's all from lockdown. The +5 is also you get from 49er chem. But you can see the +4s that the press goes to an 86, his zone is 95, 96. He's final tier with everything. But you're going to get a guy in Marlon Humphrey that can press and also has extreme man coverage. So maybe he just plays out of his mind, and even when you do play zone, you do the quick link and you just, you man up the receiver that Marlon Humphrey's going to be on. But just be very aware that zone coverage definitely is an issue, and they will get burnt in standard blue zones in cover 3 by random idiots. And it's going to happen. All right, guys? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Let me know if you do have a Baltimore Ravens theme team, because you guys should, Patrick Queen, if you did the rookie premieres, you got this guy for free. He's out there balling too with a 90 speed and a 92 acceleration. So, the Ravens team is looking pretty decent right now in certain aspects defensively. So let me know what you guys are doing. But Nnamdi sucks. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.